Chapter 1 The Weird Tomato. Naruto Uzumaki was not supposed to be here. He knew it, and honestly that made it even more fun. The ANBU were crawling all over the old ruins on the edge of the village, their masks glinting in the afternoon sun, their movements sharp and silent. Most kids would have run the other way, but Naruto, he saw an opportunity. He crouched behind a toppled stone lantern, peeking over the edge. His heart thudded in his chest, not from fear but from excitement. If he could find something cool, anything really, he'd finally have a story to tell that would make even Sasuke jealous. Maybe a secret weapon or a lost jutsu scroll or even just a weird trinket. Anything to get the other kids to stop looking at him like he was a ghost. He waited, watching the ANBU sweep the area. They moved with a kind of grace Naruto could only dream of. He tried to mimic their stealth, tiptoeing from shadow to shadow, holding his breath as he slipped past a pair of masked figures discussing something in low voices. His stomach growled loud enough that he winced. "SHH," he whispered, patting his belly, "not now." He ducked into a half-collapsed hallway, the air thick with dust and the scent of old paper. The walls were lined with faded seals and scraps of parchment. Naruto's eyes darted around, searching for anything that looked remotely interesting. A glint of gold caught his eye. He crept closer, finding a small, ornate box wedged between two broken floorboards. He tugged it free, grinning as he brushed off the dust. The box was heavy, the latch sealed with a faded Uzumaki crest. "Jackpot," he whispered. He fumbled with the latch, finally popping it open. Inside was a scroll wrapped in red silk and tied with a gold string. Naruto's fingers trembled as he untied it, half expecting a trap, but nothing happened. He unrolled the scroll and a strange blue fruit tumbled out, landing in his palm. It looked like a tomato, but the skin was covered in tiny, iridescent scales and a curly stem poked out from the top. Naruto's stomach growled again, louder this time. He glanced around, no ANBU, no Uruka, no one to stop him. He sniffed the fruit. It smelled weird, sweet, but with a sharp, spicy tang. His mouth watered. "Well, food's food," he muttered and took a big bite. The taste was wild, sweet, then bitter, then a rush of heat that made his eyes water. He coughed, nearly dropping the fruit, but forced himself to swallow. That's nasty," he groaned, wiping his mouth. Almost immediately, his stomach twisted. He doubled over, clutching his gut. The world spun, and he staggered back, bumping into the wall. Oh man, what was in that thing? He slid down to the floor, breathing hard, sweat beaded on his forehead. He felt hot, then cold, then hot again. His vision blurred, and for a moment he thought he saw blue sparks dancing at the edge of his sight. He shook his head, trying to clear it. "Get it together, Naruto," he muttered. "You're not gonna let a weird fruit take you out." He stuffed the rest of the fruit in his pocket. No way was he leaving evidence behind, and forced himself to his feet. The room spun, but he managed to stagger out of the ruins, keeping to the shadows as the ANBU moved deeper into the site. By the time he reached the village, the sun was dipping low. Naruto wiped sweat from his brow, his steps unsteady. He tried to act normal, waving at a few villagers who barely glanced his way. His stomach churned and he swallowed hard, determined not to throw up in the street. He made it to the orphanage just as the matron was locking up for the night. She frowned at him. "You're late, Naruto." "Sorry, got caught up at the training ground," he lied, forcing a grin. She shook her head but let him in. Naruto trudged to his room, collapsing onto his futon. The world felt like it was spinning and his skin burned with fever. He closed his eyes, hoping sleep would make it better. That's when the dream started. He was flying, soaring through a stormy sky, lightning crackling all around him. The wind roared in his ears and rain lashed his face, but he didn't care. He felt huge, powerful, unstoppable. He looked down and saw the village far below, tiny and distant. He roared and blue flames shot from his mouth, lighting up the clouds. The sound echoed, deep and wild, and he felt it in his bones. A massive blue dragon coiled through the sky beside him, its scales shimmering with every flash of lightning. It looked at him, eyes glowing like lanterns. Naruto felt a jolt of fear and excitement, a sense that he was connected to this creature in a way he couldn't explain. The dragon spoke, its voice rumbling like thunder. "Awaken, child of storms." Naruto reached out, but the dragon vanished in a swirl of mist. He tumbled through the clouds, falling. He woke with a gasp, heart pounding. His sheets were tangled around his legs and his pillow was damp with sweat. He stared at the ceiling, trying to catch his breath. His mouth tasted weird, like metal and smoke. He sat up, rubbing his eyes. For a moment he thought he saw blue scales on his arms, but when he blinked, they were gone. He shivered, pulling the blanket tighter around his shoulders. Just a dream, he whispered, but he didn't believe it. Kurama, the nine-tails sealed inside him, stirred. Naruto felt a flicker of annoyance from the fox like a distant echo. What did you do, brat? The voice rumbled in the back of his mind. Naruto ignored it, rolling over and pulling the covers over his head. He didn't have any answers, not yet. But he was going to find out. The next morning, Naruto woke up feeling like he'd run a marathon. His body ached and his head throbbed. He dragged himself to breakfast, barely tasting the rice and miso soup. The matron eyed him. You look pale, Naruto. Are you sick? He forced a grin, just tired, had weird dreams. She frowned but let it go. Naruto scarfed down his food, still hungry, and headed out. The village was already busy. Naruto shuffled through the streets, trying to ignore the way his skin tingled. Every now and then, he caught a glimpse of blue at the edge of his vision, but when he looked, there was nothing there. He made it to the academy, slumping into his seat. Sakura glanced at him, frowning. You look terrible, Naruto. Gee, thanks, he muttered. Uruka started the lesson, but Naruto couldn't focus. His mind kept drifting back to the dream, the dragon, the storm, the feeling of flying. He doodled dragons in the margins of his notes, trying to make sense of it all. At lunch, he ate twice as much as usual, but still felt hungry. Choji stared at him. Dude, you're eating more than me. Naruto shrugged. Guess I'm just growing. Shikamaru eyed him. You sure you're not sick? Naruto shook his head, but inside he wasn't so sure. After class, he wandered the village, ending up at the training ground. He threw kunai, practiced his taijutsu, but his body felt off, stronger but clumsier. He tripped over his own feet, landing face first in the dirt. He sat up, brushing himself off. His hands were shaking. He stared at them, willing them to change, to show him something, anything, that would explain what was happening. Nothing. He sighed, lying back in the grass. The sky was blue, with a few clouds drifting by. He closed his eyes, letting the sun warm his face. He drifted off, and the dreams came again. He was flying higher than ever, the wind roaring in his ears. The dragon was there, massive and majestic, its scales shimmering in the sunlight. It looked at him, and he felt a connection, a pull, like it was calling to him. He reached out, and the dragon roared, blue flames spiraling into the sky. Naruto woke with a start, heart pounding. The sun was setting, and the training ground was empty. He got up, dusted himself off, and headed home. That night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep. His body felt hot, like he had a fever. He kicked off his blankets, sweating. He heard Kurama's voice again, faint but insistent. Something changed, brat, I can feel it. Naruto sat up, hugging his knees to his chest. What do you mean? You did something, ate something, whatever it was, it's messing with my chakra. Naruto frowned. I just found a weird fruit, it tasted gross. Kurama growled, idiot, you have no idea what you've done. Naruto scowled, it's not like you ever tell me anything useful. Kurama huffed, retreating into silence. Naruto lay back down, staring at the ceiling. He felt alone more than usual, but he also felt different, stronger, like something inside him was waking up. He closed his eyes, letting the feeling wash over him. He woke up the next morning with a strange aftertaste in his mouth and a sense that something big had just changed. Whatever was happening, he was ready for it. Bring it on. Chapter 2, Fever Dreams and Dragon Whispers. Naruto's fever didn't go away. If anything, it got worse. He woke up drenched in sweat, his hair plastered to his forehead and his skin burning hot. The matron poked her head in, frowning. Naruto, you look awful. Are you coming down with something? He forced a grin even though his head was spinning. I'm fine, just had a weird dream, that's all. She didn't look convinced, but she let him go. Naruto stumbled through his morning routine, splashing cold water on his face and hoping it would help. It didn't. His reflection looked back at him, pale and wild-eyed, but he shrugged it off. He couldn't let anyone know something was wrong. Breakfast was a blur. He ate twice as much as usual, shoveling rice and eggs into his mouth as fast as he could. The matron raised an eyebrow. You're eating like a bear, Naruto. He just grinned, cheeks stuffed. Guess I'm just hungry. He left the orphanage in a hurry, not wanting to answer any more questions. The walk to the academy felt longer than usual. Every step made his head throb and his body felt heavy, like he was dragging a sack of rocks behind him. He tried to act normal, waving at a few villagers, but most ignored him. At the academy, Uruka was already writing on the board. Naruto slid into his seat, trying to look casual. Sakura glanced at him, concern in her eyes. You look sick, Naruto. Just tired, he muttered, slumping over his desk. Sasuke didn't say anything, but Naruto could feel his gaze. He tried to focus on Uruka's lesson, but the words blurred together. His eyelids drooped, and he fought to stay awake. Halfway through class, he felt a jolt of heat run up his spine. He gripped the edge of his desk, knuckles white. The room seemed to tilt, and for a moment, he thought he saw blue sparks at the edge of his vision. "Are you okay?" Sakura whispered. Naruto forced a smile. "Yeah, just spaced out." At lunch, he devoured 3 rice balls and a whole bento, but his stomach still growled. Choji stared at him, impressed. "You're eating more than me, Naruto." Naruto shrugged, trying to play it cool. "Guess I'm just growing." Shikamaru eyed him, suspicious. "You sure you're not sick?" Naruto shook his head, but inside he wasn't so sure. His skin felt weird, tingly, almost itchy. He scratched at his arm, and for a split second he thought he saw a flash of blue scales. He blinked and they were gone. "Great, now I'm seeing things," he muttered. After lunch, Uruka pulled him aside. "Naruto, are you sure you're all right? You seem off." Naruto hesitated. He wanted to tell Uruka about the dreams, the weird fruit, the way his body felt like it was buzzing with energy. But he didn't want to sound crazy. "Just tired, sensei, didn't sleep much." Uruka looked concerned but let it go. "If you need to rest, let me know." Naruto nodded, grateful for the out. He trudged through the rest of the day, barely paying attention. By the time class ended, he felt like he was running on fumes. He wandered the village, hoping fresh air would help. It didn't. The heat inside him only grew, coiling tighter with every step. He ended up at the training ground, collapsing under a tree. He closed his eyes, and the dreams came rushing back. He was flying again, higher than ever, the wind roaring in his ears. The dragon was there, massive and majestic, its scales shimmering in the sunlight. It looked at him, and he felt a connection, a pull, like it was calling to him. He reached out, and the dragon roared, blue flames spiraling into the sky. Naruto woke with a start, heart pounding. The sun was setting, and the training ground was empty. He got up, dusted himself off, and headed home. That night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep. His body felt hot, like he had a fever. He kicked off his blanket, sweating. He heard Kurama's voice again, faint but insistent. "Something changed, brat, I can feel it." Naruto sat up, hugging his knees to his chest. "What do you mean?" "You did something, ate something. Whatever it was, it's messing with my chakra." Naruto frowned. "I just found a weird fruit. It tasted gross." Kurama growled. "Idiot, you have no idea what you've done." Naruto scowled. "It's not like you ever tell me anything useful." Kurama huffed, retreating into silence. Naruto lay back down, staring at the ceiling. He felt alone more than usual, but he also felt different, stronger, like something inside him was waking up. He closed his eyes, letting the feeling wash over him. The next morning, Naruto woke up early. He felt better, energized almost. He got dressed, scarfed down breakfast, and ran to the academy. Uruka greeted him with a smile. "You're early today, Naruto." Naruto grinned. "Gotta get a head start if I'm gonna be Hokage." Uruka laughed, ruffling his hair. "That's the spirit." Class was easier that day. Naruto felt sharper, more focused. He answered questions, nailed his kunai throws, and even beat Sasuke in a sparring match, barely. Sasuke glared at him, but Naruto just grinned. "Guess I'm getting stronger, huh?" Sasuke snorted. "Don't get cocky, Dobi." Naruto laughed, feeling lighter than he had in days. But that night the dreams came back, more vivid than ever. He was the dragon now, soaring through the sky, fire in his lungs and thunder in his veins. He felt unstoppable, invincible. He woke up with a start, breathless and sweating. His sheets were singed again. He stared at his hands, flexing his fingers. For a moment, he thought he saw blue scales, but when he blinked, they were gone. He lay back, staring at the ceiling, a smile tugging at his lips. Whatever was happening, he was ready for it. Bring it on. The next day, Naruto's appetite was even more out of control. He ate everything in sight, barely tasting it. The matron scolded him for raiding the pantry, but he just shrugged and flashed his best innocent grin. At the academy, Uruka announced a sparring session. Naruto's heart leapt. Maybe he could finally show everyone how strong he was. He faced off against a training dummy, channeling all his weird energy into a single punch. The wood cracked, splintering under his fist. The class gasped. Uruka's eyes widened. "Whoa, Naruto, when did you get so strong?" Naruto blinked, surprised himself. Just been training, I guess." Uruka smiled, but Naruto could see the worry in his eyes. Sasuke watched from the sidelines, arms crossed. "Show off," he muttered, but there was a hint of respect in his voice. Naruto flexed his hand, feeling the lingering tingle of power. He glanced down and caught a glimpse of blue scales on his forearm. He yanked his sleeve down, heart racing. The scales faded, leaving only smooth skin. He swallowed hard. "Not now," he whispered. After class, Naruto slipped away, avoiding his friends. He found a quiet spot by the river and sat, staring at his reflection. For a moment, he thought he saw the dragon's eyes staring back at him. He shivered, hugging his knees to his chest. "I can't let anyone find out," he whispered. "Not yet." He stood, determination hardening in his chest. Whatever was happening, he'd figure it out on his own. He'd keep his weirdness a secret, no matter what. Chapter 3, Training Gone Wrong. The sun was bright and the air was buzzing with excitement as Orochimaru gathered the class at the training ground. Today was sparring day and Naruto could barely sit still. He bounced on his toes, grinning at anyone who'd look his way. Orochimaru clapped his hands. "All right, everyone, pair up. We're going to practice what we've learned. Remember control and teamwork." Naruto's hand shot up. "Sensei, can I go first?" Orochimaru smiled, eager as always. "Naruto, you'll spar with Kiba." Kiba cracked his knuckles, Akamaru barking from his shoulder. "Ready to lose, Naruto." Naruto grinned. "In your dreams, dog breath." The class gathered around, eager to watch. Naruto felt a surge of energy more than usual. His skin tingled and his heart raced. He wanted to show everyone how strong he'd become. Orochimaru gave the signal, "Begin." Kiba lunged fast and wild. Naruto dodged, feeling light on his feet. He countered with a punch, surprised at how much force was behind it. Kiba staggered back, eyes wide. "Whoa, where'd that come from?" Kiba muttered. Naruto smirked, feeling a rush of pride. He pressed the attack, moving faster than he ever had before. The world seemed sharper, colors brighter. He could hear every breath, every heartbeat. Kiba came at him again, but Naruto sidestepped, grabbing Kiba's arm and flipping him over his shoulder. The class gasped. Even Orochimaru looked impressed. But then something changed. A heat built up inside Naruto, spreading from his chest to his fingertips. His vision blurred, and for a moment he felt like he was floating. Suddenly his skin prickled. He glanced down and saw blue scales spreading across his arms. His fingers lengthened, nails sharpening into claws. Panic flared in his chest. Kiba scrambled to his feet, eyes wide. Naruto." Naruto tried to speak, but his throat felt tight. He felt power surging, wild and uncontrollable. He opened his mouth to shout, and a burst of blue fire shot out, scorching the ground between him and Kiba. The training ground erupted in chaos. Kids screamed and scrambled back. The grass sizzled, blackened by the flames. Orochimaru rushed forward, grabbing Naruto by the shoulders. "Calm down, Naruto, breathe." Naruto gasped, the scales fatting as quickly as they'd appeared. His claws shrank back into fingers. He collapsed to his knees, shaking. Orochimaru knelt beside him, voice low. "It's okay, you're safe." Naruto looked up, eyes wide with fear and confusion. What happened?" Orochimaru glanced at the scorched earth, then at the stunned class. "Just a chakra surge, happens to everyone sometimes." The class wasn't convinced. Whispers spread like wildfire. "Did you see that? Was that fire? Did Naruto just grow claws?" Orochimaru stood, raising his voice. "That's enough, accidents happen, back to your drills." The kids shuffled away, still whispering. Naruto sat in the dirt, heart pounding. He felt a mix of terror and excitement. He'd never felt so powerful or so out of control. Orochimaru helped him up, voice gentle. "You okay?" Naruto nodded, but he wasn't sure. "I think so." Orochimaru squeezed his shoulder. "If you ever want to talk, I'm here." Naruto managed a weak smile. "Thanks, sensei." As the class resumed, Naruto caught Sasuke watching him, eyes narrowed. Sakura looked worried. Even Shikamaru seemed more awake than usual. Naruto tried to shake it off, but the whispers followed him all day. By lunch, everyone in the academy had heard about the blue fire incident. Some kids looked at him with awe, others with fear. He ate alone, picking at his food. His appetite was gone, replaced by annoying anxiety. After school, Orochimaru called him aside. "Naruto, I'm going to talk to the Hokage about what happened. Don't worry, I'll make sure you're not in trouble." Naruto nodded, grateful but still uneasy. "Thanks, Orochimaru-sensei." As he left the academy, he noticed a man in a mask watching from the shadows. The man's single visible eye was calm but sharp. Naruto shivered, hurrying home. That night, he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Kurama's voice echoed in his mind. "You're changing, brat, and not just because of me." Naruto swallowed. What's happening to me? Kurama was silent, but Naruto could feel the fox's unease. He rolled over, hugging his pillow. He was scared, really scared, but beneath the fear there was something else. Excitement, power. He clenched his fists, remembering the feeling of fire in his lungs, the strength in his arms. I'll figure this out, he whispered, no matter what. He closed his eyes, determined. Whatever was happening, he wouldn't let it beat him. Tomorrow he'd start searching for answers. Chapter 4, The Watchful Eye. Kakashi Hatake was a master of not being seen. He'd been assigned to keep an eye on Naruto Uzumaki, and he took the job seriously, even if it meant spending his afternoons perched in trees reading Ika Ika behind a mask of indifference. But today, he wasn't reading. He was watching. Naruto was acting weirder than usual. He'd sneak off after class, glancing over his shoulder like he was being hunted. Kakashi followed at a distance, blending into the shadows. He watched as Naruto ducked behind a storage shed, looking around before pulling out a battered kunai. Naruto took a deep breath, focusing. He clenched his fist, willing anything to happen. For a moment, nothing did, then blue scales flickered across his skin, vanishing as quickly as they appeared. Naruto scowled, frustration etched on his face. He tried again, this time aiming a punch at a wooden post. The post splintered, but Naruto yelped, shaking his hand. Ow, stupid dragon stuff. Kakashi raised an eyebrow. Dragon stuff. Naruto didn't give up. He moved to a more secluded spot by the river, glancing around before trying again. He closed his eyes, concentrating. This time, a faint blue glow shimmered around his hand. He grinned, but the glow sputtered out, leaving him panting. Kakashi scribbled notes in a tiny book. Unstable chakra manifestation, possible Kekkei Genkai or something else. Naruto's training wasn't all success. Sometimes he'd try to breathe fire and end up coughing, smoke trickling from his mouth. Other times, he'd leap for a tree branch and miss completely, landing in the mud. But he kept trying, stubborn as ever. Meanwhile, inside Naruto's mind, things were getting crowded. Kurama, the Ninetales, paced in his cage, growling. Something invading my territory, brat, I don't like it. A new presence stirred, a deep, rumbling voice, ancient and proud. This vessel is mine now, fox, stand aside. Kurama snarled, over my dead body, lizard. The clash sent waves of pain through Naruto's head. He staggered, clutching his temples. The world spun, and for a moment, everything went black. He came to, lying in the grass, heart racing. What was that? His friends started to notice. Sakura cornered him after class. Naruto, you've been acting really weird. Are you okay? Naruto forced a grin. Just tired, been training a lot. Sasuke watched him, eyes narrowed. You're hiding something. Naruto shrugged, trying to play it cool. A ninja, gotta have secrets, right? Shikamaru just sighed, troublesome. But the headaches kept coming. Sometimes he'd black out for a few seconds, waking up in strange places. Once he found himself on the academy roof with no memory of how he got there. Kakashi kept watching, reporting everything to the Hokage. He's manifesting abilities I've never seen before, not just chakra, something else, and he's pushing himself too hard. The Hokage listened, worry creasing his brow. Keep watching. If this is a new bloodline, we need to know. If it's something else, we need to be ready. Kakashi nodded, understood. One evening, after another failed training attempt, Naruto sat by the river, staring at his reflection. The water rippled, and for a moment, he saw not his own face, but the head of a massive blue dragon, eyes glowing with power. The world faded, and Naruto found himself standing in a stormy sky, clouds swirling around him. The dragon hovered before him, scales shimmering with lightning. Who are you? Naruto asked, voice trembling. The dragon's voice echoed like thunder. I am Seryu, the Azure Dragon. You have tasted my power, but you are not yet worthy. Naruto squared his shoulders. I didn't ask for this, but I'm not giving up. The dragon's eyes narrowed. Prove your worth, master the storm within, or be consumed by it. Naruto reached out, but the vision shattered. He gasped, finding himself back by the river, heart pounding. He wiped sweat from his brow, determination hardening in his chest. He didn't know what was happening, but he wasn't going to let it beat him. The next day he trained harder, pushing himself to the limit. But the more he tried, the more isolated he felt. His friends kept their distance, unsure how to help. Even Iruka seemed worried. Kakashi watched from the shadows, silent and unreadable. Naruto stood alone in the training ground as the sun set, shadows stretching long across the grass. He clenched his fists, remembering the dragon's challenge. I'll prove it, he whispered. I'll prove I'm worthy. But as the darkness closed in, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was more alone than ever. Chapter 5 Power Struggles. Naruto was obsessed. Every spare moment, he found himself sneaking off to test the limits of his new powers. The memory of blue scales and fire haunted him, and he was determined to figure out how to control it before it controlled him. He started small, hiding behind the academy's storage shed after class. He clenched his fists, focusing on the tingling sensation in his arms. "Come on, just a little bit," he whispered. A faint shimmer ran across his skin. Blue scales flickered into existence, then faded. Naruto grinned, excitement bubbling in his chest. Yes, I knew I could do it. But the feeling didn't last. The scales vanished, leaving his skin normal. He tried again, this time picturing the dragon from his dreams. Power surged and his fingernails lengthened into claws. He flexed his hands, marveling at the transformation. Whoa, he breathed. Suddenly, a voice echoed in his mind, deep, ancient, and proud. "You are not ready, child." Kurama's growl cut through the dragon's words. "Stay out of this, lizard. The brat is mine." Naruto winced, clutching his head. The two voices clashed, sending waves of pain through his skull. His vision blurred and he stumbled, nearly falling. "Stop it," he hissed. "You're giving me a headache." The voices retreated, but the tension lingered. Naruto shook his head, trying to clear it. He glanced down, his claws were gone. He sighed, frustration gnawing at him. Why can't you guys just get along? He moved to a more secluded spot by the river, determined to try again. He closed his eyes, focusing on the energy swirling inside him. This time, he tried to blend it with his chakra, like Uruka had taught him. He formed a hand sign, channeling chakra to his palm. The blue energy flared, mixing with his chakra. For a moment, it felt right, powerful, controlled. Then it exploded. A burst of blue fire shot from his hand, scorching the grass. Naruto yelped, jumping back. His sleeve caught fire and he frantically patted it out, leaving a charred hole. "Great," he muttered, examining the damage. "How am I supposed to explain this?" He pulled his jacket tighter, hoping no one would notice, but luck wasn't on his side. Sakura spotted him in the hallway, eyes narrowing. "Naruto, what happened to your sleeve?" He forced a laugh. Just a training accident. You know me, always going too hard." She frowned, unconvinced. "You should be more careful." Sasuke appeared, arms crossed. "You've been acting weird lately, and you're covered in bruises." Naruto shrugged, trying to play it cool. "Just trying to get stronger. Gotta keep up with you, right?" Sasuke snorted but didn't press further. The next day, Naruto tried again. He found an empty clearing in the woods, away from prying eyes. He focused, channeling chakra and dragon energy together. This time, blue scales spread up his arms and his fingers sharpened into claws. He grinned, feeling the power surge. He took a deep breath, aiming at a fallen log. "Let's see if I can do the fire thing again." He exhaled and a thin stream of blue fire shot from his mouth, singeing the log. Naruto whooped, pumping his fist. But the celebration was short-lived. The voices in his head started up again. Kurama snarled, "You're playing with forces you don't understand, brat." The dragon spirit rumbled, "He is worthy, let him prove himself." Naruto clutched his head, pain spiking behind his eyes. The world spun and he dropped to his knees. "Stop fighting," he shouted, "you're making it worse." The pain faded, but Naruto was left shaking. He wiped sweat from his brow, breathing hard. He stumbled back to the village, trying to act normal, but his friends noticed the change. Sakura cornered him after class. "Naruto, you're hurt, what's going on?" He forced a smile, "Just training too hard, I guess." She didn't look convinced, but let it go. Sasuke watched him, eyes sharp. "If you're hiding something, I'll find out." Naruto rolled his eyes. Yeah, good luck with that." That night, Naruto lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. The voices in his head were quieter, but the tension remained. Kurama spoke, his tone serious. "Don't trust the dragon brat, he wants control." Naruto frowned. "And you do?" Kurama huffed, "At least I'm honest about it." Naruto sighed, rubbing his temples. "I just want to get stronger, I don't want to hurt anyone." The dragon spirit's voice was softer now. "Strength comes from balance, master us both or be destroyed." Naruto shivered, pulling the blanket tighter. He didn't know what to believe. The next day, he tried again. He found a secluded spot behind the academy, focusing on blending his chakra and dragon energy. This time, he managed to summon blue scales and claws without pain. He grinned, feeling a surge of pride, but when he tried to breathe fire, nothing happened. He coughed, smoke trickling from his mouth. This is impossible, he muttered. He heard footsteps and quickly hid his hands. Sakura and Sasuke appeared, looking for him. There you are, Sakura said. Uruka's looking for you. Naruto forced a smile, just needed some air. Sasuke eyed him suspicious. You're hiding something. Naruto shrugged, a ninja, gotta have secrets. They walked back to the academy together, but Naruto felt the distance growing. He was more alone than ever. That night, the voices in his head clashed again, but this time Naruto pushed back. Enough, he shouted. If you want to fight, do it somewhere else. I need to figure this out. The voices faded, leaving him in peace, at least for a moment. Naruto sat up, determination burning in his chest. He couldn't keep going like this. If he didn't get control, he'd lose everything. He clenched his fists, vowing to master his powers, no matter what it took. Tomorrow he'd start training for real. Chapter 6, Team 7's Secret. Team 7's first real mission wasn't glamorous. No bandits, no missing nin, just a simple delivery to a nearby village. Naruto grumbled as they walked, kicking a pebble down the dirt road. Why do we always get the boring jobs? He complained, arms behind his head. Sakura rolled her eyes. Because we're still Gen and Naruto, we have to prove ourselves first. Sasuke walked ahead, silent as usual, but Naruto could tell he was just as bored. Kakashi strolled at the back, nose buried in his book. Every mission is a chance to learn, he said, not looking up. Naruto made a face. Yeah. The sun was high and the air was thick with the scent of grass and wildflowers. Naruto's stomach growled and he dug into his pack for a rice ball. They reached the village by noon, dropping off the package at the mayor's house. The old man thanked them, pressing a few coins into Kakashi's hand. See, Naruto said, easy, can we go home now? Kakashi smiled behind his mask. Not quite, we're staying to help with some repairs. Naruto groaned but followed the others to a half-collapsed barn. The villagers handed them tools and soon they were hauling wood and hammering nails. Naruto tried to focus, but the energy inside him was restless. Every swing of the hammer sent a jolt up his arm, sweat beaded on his forehead and his skin tingled. Sakura noticed. You okay, Naruto? You look pale. I'm fine, he lied, wiping his brow. Just hot out here. Sasuke glanced at him, eyes sharp. Don't overdo it. Naruto forced a grin. I can handle it. But as the afternoon wore on, the feeling grew stronger. His hands shook and blue sparks danced at the edge of his vision. Suddenly a shout rang out, help, the roof's collapsing. A little girl was trapped under a falling beam. Without thinking, Naruto sprinted forward, adrenaline surging. He reached the girl just as the beam crashed down. Instinct took over. Blue scales rippled across his arms and he caught the beam, claws digging into the wood. A burst of blue fire shot from his mouth, incinerating the debris. The villagers screamed. Sakura and Sasuke stared, frozen in shock. Naruto blinked, realizing what he'd done. The scales faded and his hands returned to normal. The girl was safe, but everyone was staring. Sakura's eyes were wide. Naruto, what was that? Sasuke stepped forward, face pale. You had scales and claws and fire. Naruto's heart pounded. Please don't tell anyone. I don't know what's happening to me. Sakura hesitated, then nodded. Your secret's safe with me. Sasuke looked away, conflicted. I want answers, but I won't say anything, not yet. Naruto let out a shaky breath. Thank you. Kakashi appeared, calm as ever. Good work, Naruto, you saved her. Naruto stared at him. You're not surprised. Kakashi's eye crinkled. A ninja's life is full of surprises. What matters is how you handle them. They finished the repairs in silence. The villagers kept their distance, whispering behind their hands. Naruto felt exposed but also relieved. His friends knew the truth and they hadn't abandoned him. That night they camped outside the village. Sakura and Sasuke sat by the fire, glancing at Naruto. Sakura broke the silence. Are you scared? Naruto nodded. Yeah, but I'm more scared of hurting someone. Sasuke poked the fire with a stick. You need to learn control fast. Naruto sighed. I'm trying, it's just hard. Kakashi joined them, settling beside Naruto. Sometimes the parts of ourselves we fear most are the ones we need to embrace. Naruto frowned. What does that mean? Kakashi smiled. You'll figure it out. They sat in silence, the fire crackling. Naruto felt a strange mix of closeness and distance. His friends knew his secret, but he wasn't sure if that made things better or worse. Sakura reached over, squeezing his hand. We're a team, we'll figure it out together. Sasuke nodded, eyes serious. No more secrets. Naruto managed to smile. Yeah, no more secrets. They made a pact right there by the fire to watch each other's backs, no matter what. As the stars came out, Naruto lay awake, staring at the sky. He felt lighter, but also more aware of the burden he carried. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. "You're lucky, brat, not everyone has friends like that." Naruto smiled. "Yeah, I know." He closed his eyes, letting the warmth of the fire and the comfort of his friends wash over him. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but for now, Team 7 was united. And for the first time in a long time, Naruto didn't feel alone. Chapter 7, The Land of Waves Showdown. The road to the Land of Waves was long and muddy, the air thick with mist and the promise of rain. Team 7 trudged along, packs heavy, spirits mixed. Naruto lagged behind, lost in his own thoughts, every muscle tense with the effort of keeping his powers in check. Kakashi led the way, eyes sharp beneath his mask. "Stay alert, this isn't a simple delivery." Sakura glanced at Naruto, worry in her eyes. "You okay?" Naruto forced a grin. "Just tired, didn't sleep much." Sasuke snorted, "Don't slow us down." Naruto bristled but bit back a retort. He couldn't afford to lose control, not now, not with his friends watching. They reached Tazuna's house by nightfall. The old bridge builder greeted them with a gruff nod. "Glad you made it. Gato's men have been getting bolder." Kakashi nodded. "We'll keep you safe." Naruto barely touched his dinner, appetite dulled by nerves. That night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling the dragon's power coil inside him like a storm. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. "You're slipping, brat, the lizard's getting stronger." Naruto clenched his fists. "I can handle it." The next morning, the team set out for the bridge. Mist clung to the water, swirling around their feet. Tazuna led the way, hands shaking. Halfway across, the world exploded into chaos. Zabuza and Haku appeared, silent and deadly. Kakashi moved instantly, sharing and flashing. "Protect Tazuna," he barked. Naruto's heart pounded. He tried to focus, but the dragon's energy surged, wild and hungry. He gritted his teeth, forcing it down. Sasuke and Sakura flanked Tazuna, kunai drawn. Haku's mirrors shimmered, needles flying. Sasuke dodged, but a few grazed his arm. Naruto lunged forward, blocking a needle meant for Sakura. Pain flared, but he barely felt it. The dragon's power roared, demanding release. Zabuza charged Kakashi, sword gleaming. The bridge shook with the force of their clash. Naruto's vision blurred. He saw blue scales flicker across his arms, claws itching to break free. He fought to hold them back. But then Haku trapped Sasuke in a dome of ice mirrors. Needles rained down and Sasuke cried out. Something inside Naruto snapped. He roared, the sound echoing across the bridge. Blue scales erupted across his skin, claws tearing through his gloves. His eyes glowed, slitted and wild. Sakura gasped, "Naruto." Naruto didn't hear her. He leapt into the dome, blue fire crackling in his throat. Haku's eyes widened in shock. Naruto unleashed a torrent of blue flames, melting the ice mirrors in a flash of steam. Haku staggered back, stunned. Sasuke stared, awe and fear warring on his face. "What are you?" Naruto turned, panting, the dragon's power surging. He felt invincible and terrified. Zabuza froze mid-swing, eyes wide. "What the hell is that kid?" Kakashi seized the moment, driving Zabuza back. Team 7 regroup. Naruto stumbled, the power fading. The scales receded, claws shrinking. He dropped to his knees, exhausted. Sakura rushed to his side. "Naruto, are you okay?" He nodded weakly, "Just tired." The battle raged on, but Naruto's actions had turned the tide. Zabuza and Haku retreated, shaken. The villagers whispered, eyes wide. "Did you see that? Blue fire scales." Rumors spread like wildfire. By the time Team 7 returned to Tazuna's house, everyone was talking about the dragon child. Naruto sat alone, staring at his hands. He flexed his fingers, half expecting claws, nothing. Sasuke approached, silent. "You saved us." Naruto looked up, searching Sasuke's face for fear or anger. "You're not scared." Sasuke shrugged, "A little, but I've seen worse." Sakura joined them, sitting close. "We won't tell anyone, promise." Naruto managed a smile. "Thanks." Kakashi appeared, eye crinkling. "You did well, Naruto, but you need to learn control." Naruto nodded, shame and pride warring inside him. That night, as the team sat around the fire, the mood was tense. The villagers kept their distance, whispering about the dragon boy. Naruto stared into the flames, lost in thought. Kurama's voice was quiet. "You're changing, brat, be careful." Naruto sighed, "I know." He glanced at his friends, grateful for their support but feeling more alone than ever. As the fire burned low, Naruto wondered if he was a hero or a monster. He didn't have an answer, but tomorrow he'd keep fighting. Chapter 8 Inside the Mindscape. Naruto's dreams had always been weird, but tonight they were something else entirely. He found himself standing in a vast, stormy void, the ground beneath his feet swirling with blue and red energy. Lightning crackled overhead and thunder rumbled in the distance. He looked around, heart pounding. Where am I? A deep, guttural growl echoed through the darkness. Kurama, the Ninetales, loomed in his cage, eyes burning with fury. You again, brat, you've brought trouble. From the swirling mist, another presence emerged, a massive blue dragon, scales shimmering with power. Its eyes glowed like twin moons, and its voice was ancient, proud. This vessel is mine now, Fox, stand aside. Kurama bared his fangs. Over my dead body, lizard, the boy is mine. The dragon coiled, lightning dancing along its body. He is more than your prison, he is the key to true power. Naruto stepped between them, hands raised. Hey, enough, I'm not anyone's anything, I'm me. The two titans glared at him, their power crackling in the air. Kurama's tails lashed and the dragon's claws dug into the ground. Kurama snarled, you don't understand, Naruto. This thing wants to take over. It'll use you up and leave nothing behind. The dragon's voice was smooth, tempting. I offer you strength, child, power beyond your wildest dreams. You could be a god among men. Naruto shook his head, trying to keep his footing as the ground trembled. I don't want to be a god, I just want to protect my friends. The dragon's eyes narrowed. Then accept my gift, embrace the storm within. Together we can crush your enemies. Kurama roared, shaking the void. Don't listen, power always comes with a price. I know better than anyone. Naruto clutched his head, pain spiking behind his eyes. The two voices clashed, sending waves of agony through his mind. Stop it, he shouted. You're tearing me apart. The world spun, and suddenly Naruto was somewhere else, a vision vivid and terrifying. He saw himself older, standing atop a mountain of rubble. The village burned below, blue flames devouring everything. His friends lay at his feet, defeated. His hands were claws, his eyes cold and inhuman. He staggered back, horrified. No, that's not me, I'd never. The dragon's voice whispered in his ear. This is your destiny if you deny me. Power without control is destruction. Kurama's voice was softer now. You have to choose, Naruto. Don't let either of us win. Find your own path. Naruto clenched his fists, determination burning in his chest. I won't be your puppet, either of you. I'll find a way to control this, my way. The vision faded and Naruto found himself back in the void. The dragon and Kurama circled each other, wary but silent. Naruto took a deep breath, steadying himself. Listen, I'm not going to let you two fight over me. If you want to stay, you have to work together, or at least stop trying to rip my head apart. Kurama grumbled but didn't argue. The dragon's eyes glinted, amused. Very well, child, prove your worth. Naruto nodded, feeling a fragile truce settle over the mindscape. He woke with a gasp, heart racing. Sweat soaked his sheets and his head throbbed, but for the first time he felt in control. He sat up, breathing deeply. I can do this, he whispered. The next day, Naruto started something new. He found a quiet spot by the river, away from prying eyes, and sat cross-legged in the grass. He closed his eyes, focusing on his breath, trying to find the center of the storm inside him. At first it was chaos, Kurama's growls, the dragon's whispers, the swirl of power. But Naruto kept at it, day after day, learning to quiet his mind, to listen without being overwhelmed. Sakura noticed the change. You seem calmer, she said one afternoon. Naruto grinned, just trying something new. Sasuke watched him, curious but silent. Kakashi gave him a knowing look. Meditation, huh, good choice. Naruto shrugged, but inside he felt a flicker of pride. The training paid off, his powers became more stable, the transformations less painful. He could summon scales or claws without losing control most of the time. But the voices never went away. Kurama warned him, always wary of the dragon's influence. The dragon tempted him, promising more power if he just let go. Naruto learned to walk the line, never giving in completely. One night, as he meditated, he found himself back in the mindscape. Kurama and the dragon faced each other, but this time they didn't fight. Kurama spoke first. You're stubborn, brat, maybe that's a good thing. The dragon nodded, regal. You have potential, but the storm is not yet tamed. Naruto smiled, feeling stronger than ever. I'll get there, just watch me. The truce was fragile, but it was a start. He woke up, the dawn light streaming through his window. He stretched, feeling the power inside him, dangerous but his. Naruto got dressed, ready to face whatever came next. He wasn't alone in his mind anymore, but for now he was in control. And that was enough. Chapter 9, Jiraiya's warning. The sun was barely up when a tall, white-haired man strolled through the gates of Konoha, his red cloak fluttering behind him and a wide grin on his face. Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, was back in town, and he could feel something strange in the air. He paused in the middle of the street, eyes narrowing. That's not just Fox Chakra. What the hell have you gotten yourself into, Naruto? Jiraiya made his way to the Hokage's office, slipping past the guards with practiced ease. The third Hokage looked up, pipe in hand, and smiled. Jiraiya, it's been a while. Jiraiya didn't waste time. There's something ancient in the village, something powerful, and it's coming from Naruto. The Hokage's expression turned serious. We've noticed changes. He's manifesting abilities we can't explain. Jiraiya nodded. I want to train him, in secret. If this is what I think it is, he'll need all the help he can get. The Hokage agreed, worry creasing his brow. Be careful, the council is already nervous. Jiraiya grinned. When am I not careful? Naruto was in the training ground practicing his meditation when Jiraiya found him. The old man watched for a moment, amused by Naruto's scrunched-up face and determined posture. Not bad, kid, but you're doing it all wrong. Naruto jumped, spinning around. Who are you? Jiraiya struck a pose. I am Jiraiya, the legendary Toad Sage, writer, wanderer, and your new sensei. Naruto's eyes went wide. No way, you're the guy from the books. Jiraiya laughed. That's me, now let's see what you've got. He put Naruto through a series of tests, chakra control, taijutsu, even a bit of genjutsu. Naruto struggled, but Jiraiya was patient, correcting his form and offering tips. Your chakra's a mess, Jiraiya said, shaking his head. You've got too much going on inside. Fox Dragon, your own energy, it's a wonder you can stand upright. Naruto grinned, wiping sweat from his brow. I'm tougher than I look. Jiraiya smirked. We'll see about that. Training was grueling. Jiraiya pushed Naruto to his limits, making him run laps, practice hand signs, and meditate for hours. Naruto complained, but he never gave up. Again, Jiraiya barked as Naruto tried to blend his chakra with the dragon's energy. Naruto focused, feeling the storm inside him. Blue scales flickered across his arms and his chakra flared. He managed to summon a small burst of blue fire, but it sputtered out. Jiraiya nodded. Better, but you're still fighting yourself. You need to find balance. Naruto groaned. Easy for you to say. Jiraiya sat beside him, looking up at the sky. When I was your age, I thought power was everything, but power without control is just destruction. He told stories of legendary shinobi, heroes who rose and fell, some consumed by their own strength. Naruto listened, wide-eyed. Remember, Naruto, Jiraiya said, the strongest ninja isn't the one with the most power, it's the one who knows how to use it. Naruto nodded, determination burning in his eyes. Days passed and Naruto made progress. He learned to blend his chakra with the dragon's energy, creating new techniques. His control improved and the transformations became less painful. Jiraiya watched, impressed. You're a quick learner, kid, but don't get cocky. Naruto grinned. Wouldn't dream of it. One afternoon, Jiraiya took Naruto to a secluded clearing. Time for something new. Try channeling the dragon's power into your Rasengan. Naruto hesitated, then focused. He formed the Rasengan, feeling the swirl of chakra in his palm. He reached for the dragon's energy, letting it flow into the sphere. The Rasengan glowed blue, crackling with power. Naruto grinned, then hurled it at a boulder. The explosion sent shards flying. Jiraiya whistled. Not bad, we'll call that spiraling hell flame. Naruto laughed, pride swelling in his chest. Training wasn't all work. Jiraiya shared stories, some funny, some cautionary. He warned Naruto about the dangers of unchecked power, the temptations that came with it. Don't let the dragon or the fox control you, Jiraiya said one night by the fire. You're Naruto Uzumaki, never forget that. Naruto nodded, feeling a new sense of purpose. By the end of the week, Naruto had learned new techniques and gained confidence. He could blend his powers, control his transformations, and even meditate without falling asleep. Jiraiya clapped him on the back. You've come a long way, kid, but this is just the beginning. Naruto grinned, ready for whatever came next. Chapter 10, Council Schemes. The Hokage's office was packed. The Konoha Council sat in a tight circle, faces grim. Danzo's single visible eye was colder than ever, his cane tapping a slow rhythm on the floor. "We can't ignore this any longer," Danzo said, voice sharp. "Naruto Uzumaki is no ordinary Jinchuriki. He's become something else, something dangerous." Himura and Koharu nodded, worry etched into their faces. "The reports are clear. Blue fire, scales, strength beyond any genin if he loses control." Kakashi stood at the edge of the room, arms folded. He's still a child. He needs guidance, not a prison. Jiraiya lounged against the wall, but his eyes were serious. "You lock him up, you'll just make things worse, trust me." Danzo's lips thinned. "Trust is a luxury we can't afford. If the other villages learn of this, they'll see it as a threat. We must act now." The Hokage raised a hand. "Enough, we will not treat Naruto as a weapon. He is a citizen of Konoha." Danzo's glare was icy. "He's a ticking time bomb." Kakashi's voice was quiet but firm. "He's also the bravest kid I know." Jiraiya nodded. "He's got more heart than half this council." The debate raged on, voices rising. Outside, Naruto crept down the hallway, drawn by the sound of his own name. He pressed his ear to the door, heart pounding. "Dangerous, can't be trusted, must be contained." Naruto's stomach twisted. He heard Danzo's voice, cold and final. "If he steps out of line, we'll have no choice but to eliminate him." Naruto stumbled back, breath coming in short gasps. He felt sick, betrayed. After everything he'd done, after saving his friends, after training so hard, they still saw him as a monster. He ran, not caring who saw. He didn't stop until he reached the training ground, collapsing in the grass. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. "You see, brat, humans fear what they don't understand." Naruto clenched his fists. "I'm not a weapon, I'm not." Footsteps crunched behind him. Kakashi appeared, hands in his pockets. "You heard, didn't you?" Kakashi said softly. Naruto glared at the ground. "They want to lock me up, or worse." Kakashi knelt beside him. "Some people are afraid, but not everyone. You have friends, you have me, and you have Jiraiya." Naruto's voice shook. "Why can't they see I'm trying?" Kakashi put a hand on his shoulder. "Fear makes people blind, but you're more than what's inside you. You're Naruto Uzumaki." Naruto wiped his eyes, anger and hurt warring inside him. "I don't want to hurt anyone, I just want to belong." Kakashi smiled behind his mask. "You already do, more than you know." Later that day, Naruto wandered the village, head down. Whispers followed him, rumors of the council meeting had spread. Some villagers looked at him with fear, others with pity. Sakura found him by the river, sitting alone. "Naruto, what's wrong?" He hesitated, then told her everything. The council, Danzo, the threat of being locked away. Sakura's eyes flashed with anger. "That's not fair, you're not a monster." Sasuke appeared, hands in his pockets. "If they try anything, they'll have to go through us." Naruto looked up, surprised. "You mean it?" Sasuke shrugged. "You're annoying, but you're one of us." Shikamaru and Choji joined them, offering quiet support. Even Ino and Kiba stopped by, awkward but sincere. "We've got your back," Shikamaru said. "Don't let the old farts get to you." Naruto managed a smile, warmth spreading in his chest. But the village atmosphere had changed. People kept their distance, watching him with wary eyes. Parents pulled their children closer. Shopkeepers hesitated before serving him. Naruto felt the weight of their suspicion, but he refused to let it break him. That night he sat on the Hokage monument, looking out over the village. The wind was cool, the stars bright. Kurama's voice was softer. "You can't change their minds overnight, but you can show them who you are." Naruto nodded, determination hardening in his heart. "I'll prove it. I'll show them I'm more than a weapon." He stood, fists clenched, ready to face whatever came next. Tomorrow he'd start again. He wasn't alone. And he'd never give up. Chapter 11, Orochimaru's Interest. Far from Konoha, in a shadowy lair filled with snakes and secrets, Orochimaru listened to his spies' reports with growing fascination. The dragon child, a boy with blue fire and scales, a Jinchuriki with something more, had become the talk of the ninja underworld. Orochimaru's golden eyes gleamed. Forget Sasuke for now, this Naruto, he's far more interesting. He dispatched his sound ninja, masked and silent, to Konoha. Their orders were clear: gather everything on the boy, his powers, his weaknesses. Back in Konoha, Naruto was finally starting to feel like himself again. Training with Jiraiya was brutal, but he was getting stronger, faster, more in control. Team 7 noticed the change. Sakura smiled. "You're not tripping over your own feet anymore." Sasuke grunted, but Naruto caught the hint of respect in his eyes. But the peace didn't last. Strange things started happening, unfamiliar faces in the market, shadows that lingered too long, whispers in the alleyways. Kakashi was the first to notice. We're being watched, stay alert. Jiraiya agreed, his expression grim. Orochimaru, got his eyes on you, kid. Naruto shivered but tried to act brave. Let him come, I'm not scared. One evening, as Naruto walked home from training, he sensed someone following him. He ducked into an alley, heart pounding. A masked ninja lunged from the shadows, kunai flashing. Naruto reacted instinctively. Blue scales rippled across his arms, claws slashing. He dodged the attack, countering with a burst of blue fire. The ninja staggered back, stunned. But more came, 3 then 4, surrounding him. Naruto fought hard, but they were skilled, coordinated. Suddenly Sasuke and Sakura appeared, kunai drawn. We've got your back, Sakura shouted. Sasuke moved like lightning, taking down one of the attackers. Sakura covered Naruto, blocking a thrown shuriken. Together, they pushed the sound ninja back. The attackers retreated, melting into the shadows. Naruto was breathing hard, adrenaline surging. Thanks, guys, I almost. A hissing voice echoed from the darkness. Impressive, Naruto, you're even more fascinating up close. Orochimaru stepped into the moonlight, pale and snake-like, eyes cold and hungry. Naruto tensed, ready to fight. Sasuke and Sakura flanked him, determined. Orochimaru smiled, lips thin. Relax, I'm not here to fight, not yet. He tossed a scroll at Naruto's feet. A gift, consider it an invitation, we'll meet again soon. With a swirl of his cloak, Orochimaru vanished, leaving only the faint scent of snakes behind. Naruto stared at the scroll, heart pounding. He picked it up, hands shaking. Sasuke frowned, what does it say? Naruto unrolled it. The message was simple. Power is a path, will you walk it alone? He crumpled the scroll, anger and fear warring inside him. Jiraiya found them soon after, eyes sharp. What happened? Naruto told him everything, the attack, Orochimaru's message. Jiraiya's face darkened. He's dangerous, you need to be ready. Training intensified. Jiraiya pushed Naruto harder than ever, making him run drills until his muscles screamed, meditate until his mind was clear, and practice new techniques until he could barely stand. Naruto complained, but he never quit. The memory of Orochimaru's eyes haunted him, driving him to work harder. Team 7 supported him, training together, watching each other's backs. Sakura patched up his wounds, scolding him for being reckless. Sasuke sparred with him, pushing him to his limits. Kakashi offered quiet advice, always nearby. But at night, Naruto lay awake, staring at the ceiling. The fear lingered, but so did a new resolve. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. You're not alone, brat, but you have to be strong. Naruto nodded, determination burning in his chest. I'll protect my friends no matter what. He closed his eyes, vowing to get stronger, to never let Orochimaru or anyone hurt the people he cared about. Tomorrow, training would start again. And Naruto would be ready. Chapter 12, Sage Mode Training. Jiraiya led Naruto deep into the forest, far from the village and prying eyes. The air was thick with the scent of moss and rain, and the only sounds were birds and the distant rush of a waterfall. Naruto glanced around, curiosity burning. Why are we out here, pervy sage? Jiraiya grinned. You're ready for the next step. I'm going to teach you Sage Mode. Naruto blinked. Sage Mode, what's that? Jiraiya sat on a mossy rock, gesturing for Naruto to sit. It's a way to draw in natural energy from the world around you. When you blend it with your chakra, you get a huge boost in power, speed, and perception. But for you, there's something extra. Naruto leaned in, eyes wide. Extra. Jiraiya nodded. Your dragon power. If you can balance sage energy with your own chakra and the dragon's, you'll be unstoppable. Naruto grinned, excitement bubbling. Let's do it. Jiraiya's face turned serious. It's not easy. If you mess up, you could turn into a toad or worse. Naruto gulped but nodded. I'm not scared. Training began at dawn. Jiraiya taught Naruto to sit perfectly still, to feel the flow of energy in the air, the earth, the trees. At first, Naruto fidgeted, unable to focus. Stop moving, Jiraiya barked. You have to be calm, let the energy come to you. Naruto tried, but his mind was a storm. Kurama's growls, the dragon's whispers, his own doubts. Kurama's voice rumbled. Don't trust the lizard, his power is wild. The dragon spirit countered, smooth and tempting. Embrace the storm, child, let it flow through you. Naruto gritted his teeth. Will you two shut up, I'm trying to concentrate. Jiraiya watched, amused. You're fighting yourself, kid, find the balance. Days passed. Naruto meditated by the waterfall, feeling the energy swirl around him. Sometimes he caught a glimpse, a spark of power, a sense of connection, but it slipped away, leaving him frustrated. Jiraiya pushed him harder. Again, feel the energy, don't force it. Naruto sat for hours, rain soaking his clothes, bugs crawling over his skin. He wanted to quit, but he remembered Orochimaru's eyes, the council's fear, his friend's support. He tried again, breathing deep, letting the world fade. Slowly, he felt it, the pulse of the earth, the whisper of the wind. He drew it in, blending it with his chakra. Blue scales shimmered on his arms, his senses sharpened. He felt alive, powerful. But then the voices clashed. Kurama roared, the dragon surged, and the energy exploded. Naruto was thrown back, landing in the mud. Jiraiya helped him up, grinning. You're close, don't give up. Naruto wiped his face, determination burning. I won't. The next day, Team 7 visited. Sakura brought food, fussing over his bruises. Sasuke challenged him to a spar, pushing him to use his new power. You're stronger, Sasuke admitted, breathless after their match. Sakura smiled. We're proud of you, Naruto. Naruto felt a surge of gratitude. Thanks, guys, I couldn't do it without you. That night, he meditated by the waterfall, letting the sound calm his mind. He listened to Kurama and the dragon, but didn't let them control him. He reached for the energy, blending it with his own, finding the balance. Suddenly, power surged through him. His senses exploded. He could hear the heartbeat of a bird, feel the movement of the wind, see every detail in the darkness. He stood, blue scales glowing, eyes sharp. He felt the dragon's strength, Kurama's fire, the world's energy, all in harmony. Jiraiya watched, pride in his eyes. You did it, kid, that's sage mode. Naruto grinned, feeling unstoppable. The next morning, he showed Team 7 his new form. Sakura gasped, Sasuke smirked, and even Kakashi looked impressed. Naruto laughed, feeling lighter than ever. I'm not alone, I've got all of you. Jiraiya clapped him on the back. Remember, balance is everything, don't let the power control you. Naruto nodded, determination burning. I won't. He'd mastered the basics of Sage Mode, but he knew this was just the beginning. He was ready for whatever came next. Chapter 13, Assassins in the Night. The rumors of the Dragon Child had spread far beyond Konoha's walls. In the shadows of distant villages, leaders whispered, plotting. Some saw opportunity, others saw a threat. All agreed on one thing, Naruto Uzumaki had to be tested. The first sign came as a chill in the air. Naruto was walking home late, the moon high and the streets empty. He felt eyes on him, a prickle at the back of his neck. He quickened his pace, but the feeling only grew. He ducked into an alley, heart pounding. A kunai whistled past his ear, embedding itself in the wall. Naruto spun, eyes wide. 3 masked figures dropped from the rooftops, moving with silent precision. Their headbands bore the marks of distant lands, cloud, stone, mist. Naruto's breath caught. You picked the wrong night. The assassins attacked, fast and ruthless. Naruto dodged, barely avoiding a blade aimed at his throat. He countered with a burst of blue fire, forcing them back. But they were skilled, working together. One pinned him with a jutsu, another slashed at his side. Pain flared, blood staining his shirt. Kurama's voice roared in his mind. Let go, brat, use my power. The dragon spirit whispered, embrace the storm, show them your true strength. Naruto gritted his teeth, feeling the power surge. Blue scales erupted across his skin, claws forming, eyes glowing. He roared, the sound shaking the alley. The assassins hesitated, fear flickering in their eyes. Naruto went full Kaido mode, his body growing, blue flames swirling around him. He moved with inhuman speed, claws slashing, fire burning. The battle was fierce. The assassins fought hard, using every trick they knew. Naruto took hit after hit, but refused to fall. He unleashed a torrent of blue fire, incinerating a wall and forcing the last assassin to flee. When it was over, Naruto collapsed, breathing hard. Blood dripped from his wounds, his clothes torn and scorched. He staggered to his feet, stumbling toward the hospital. The village was in chaos, shinobi running, alarms blaring. Kakashi found him first, eyes wide with worry. Naruto, what happened? Naruto managed a weak grin, just a little trouble. Sakura and Sasuke arrived, supporting him as he nearly collapsed. The Hokage called an emergency meeting. Security was tightened, patrols doubled. The village buzzed with fear and curiosity. Naruto woke in the hospital, bandaged and sore. Team 7 was there, waiting. Sakura fussed over him, tears in her eyes. You idiot, you could have died. Sasuke sat nearby, arms crossed. You fought off 3 assassins, not bad. Kakashi smiled behind his mask. You're making quite a name for yourself. Naruto tried to laugh, but it hurt. Yeah, some legend, huh? The days that followed were tense. Villagers whispered, some in awe, others in fear. Children pointed, parents pulled them away. Naruto felt the weight of their stares. His legend was growing, but so was his isolation. Team 7 stuck by him. Sakura brought homework. Sasuke sparred with him in the hospital courtyard. Kakashi told bad jokes to make him smile. One night, as Naruto stared out the window, he saw the village lights flickering. He realized the world was watching him now, waiting to see what he'd become. Kurama's voice was quiet. You survived, that's what matters. The dragon spirit rumbled. You showed them power, but power is lonely. Naruto nodded, feeling both proud and alone. Team 7 joined him, sitting in silence. Sakura squeezed his hand. We're here no matter what. Sasuke nodded. You're not alone, Dobi. Naruto smiled, warmth spreading in his chest. He knew the road ahead would be hard, but he wasn't afraid. He was the dragon child, and he was ready for whatever came next. Chapter 14, Akatsuki's Move. In a dark, echoing chamber far from the light of day, the Akatsuki gathered. Their red clouds glowed in the gloom, faces hidden by shadows and straw hats. At the center, Pain's eyes glimmered with cold purpose. We have a new target, Pain intoned. The dragon child of Konoha, his power rivals the tailed beasts, he must be captured. Kisame grinned, shark teeth flashing. A Jinchuriki with dragon fire sounds fun. Deidara scoffed, he's just a kid, how dangerous can he be? Itachi's eyes narrowed, sharing and spinning. Don't underestimate him, he's not the Naruto we remember. Pain nodded, we move carefully, gather information, wait for the right moment. The meeting ended, the members dispersing into the night. Back in Konoha, Sasuke was training alone when a familiar figure appeared, Itachi, silent as a ghost. Sasuke tensed, fists clenching. What do you want? Itachi's gaze was unreadable. Be careful, little brother, your friend Naruto, he's become something else. The world will come for him and for you. Sasuke glared, I can handle myself. Itachi's lips twitched, we'll see. He vanished, leaving Sasuke shaken. Meanwhile, Akatsuki agents slipped into Konoha's shadows. Cloaked figures watched from rooftops, listening to every rumor, every whisper about the dragon child. Naruto felt it, a prickling at the back of his neck, a sense of eyes always watching. He moved more cautiously, sticking to crowded streets, never walking the same path twice. Jiraiya noticed the change. You're being hunted, kid. Akatsuki wants you, and not just for the fox. Naruto swallowed, trying to sound brave. Let them come, I'm not afraid. Jiraiya's face was serious. You should be, they're not like the others, they're monsters in human skin. Naruto nodded, determination burning in his eyes. The village was on edge. ANBU patrols doubled, gates watched day and night, but the tension was everywhere, shopkeepers whispering, parents pulling children inside at dusk. Team 7 felt it too. Sakura stuck close, always glancing over her shoulder. Sasuke trained harder, eyes sharper than ever. One night, as Naruto walked home, he caught a glimpse of a red clouded cloak disappearing into the shadows. He froze, heart pounding. Kurama's voice rumbled, danger, brat, stay alert. The dragon spirit whispered, the storm is coming. Naruto hurried home, locking the door behind him. The next day, Jiraiya called a meeting. Team 7 gathered in a hidden room, tension thick in the air. Akatsuki is here, Jiraiya said. They want Naruto, we have to be ready. Sasuke nodded, Joset, let them try. Sakura squeezed Naruto's hand, we'll protect you. Naruto smiled, grateful but worried. I don't want anyone getting hurt because of me. Jiraiya clapped him on the back. That's not your choice, kid, but you can be ready. Training intensified. Naruto pushed himself, mastering new techniques, blending sage mode with his dragon power. He learned to sense chakra, to move silently, to fight in the dark. But the pressure weighed on him. Every shadow felt like a threat, every stranger a potential enemy. One evening, as the sun set, Naruto stood atop the Hokage monument, looking out over the village. The world was closing in, and he felt the weight of every eye. Kurama's voice was quiet, you're strong, brat, but even you can't fight everyone alone. Naruto nodded, I know, but I have to try. The dragon spirit rumbled, the storm will test you, be ready. Naruto clenched his fists, resolve hardening. He wouldn't run, he wouldn't hide. He was the dragon child. And he was ready for the next big challenge. Chapter 15, Bonds Tested. The village was buzzing with rumors. Some called Naruto a hero, the dragon child who had saved Konoha from assassins and enemies. Others whispered that he was a threat, a ticking time bomb with powers no one could control. Naruto felt the divide everywhere he went. Some villagers smiled, offering thanks or shy waves. Others crossed the street to avoid him, pulling their children close. Team 7 felt the tension too. Sasuke trained harder than ever, pushing himself to the brink. His rivalry with Naruto burned hotter, every sparring match more intense. Sakura tried to keep the peace, but emotions ran high. You two need to stop fighting, we're a team. Sasuke glared, he's holding back, he's not showing us everything. Naruto bristled, I'm not your enemy, Sasuke. Sasuke's eyes flashed, then prove it. Their arguments spilled into missions, slowing them down. Kakashi watched, silent and thoughtful. One afternoon, the village council summoned Naruto. The chamber was packed, council members, elders, even a few ANBU. Danzo's voice was cold. Naruto Uzumaki, you stand before us to answer for your actions. Naruto stood tall, fists clenched. I've done everything you asked, I've protected the village. Himura frowned, but at what cost? Your powers are dangerous. Naruto's voice shook, but he didn't back down. I'm not a monster, I'm not a weapon, I'm a ninja of Konoha. The debate raged, some council members defended him, others demanded restrictions. Naruto felt the weight of every eye, every doubt. Sakura and Sasuke waited outside tense. He shouldn't have to do this alone, Sakura whispered. Sasuke nodded. Josette, he won't. Suddenly, alarms blared. A fire had broken out near the academy, children trapped inside. Without hesitation, Team 7 sprang into action. Naruto led the way, blue scales shimmering as he smashed through debris. Sasuke used his Sharingan to find survivors. Sakura healed the injured. Together, they saved everyone. The villagers watched stunned. For a moment, the divide vanished, everyone cheering, grateful. Afterward, Team 7 sat on the roof, catching their breath. Sasuke broke the silence. You're strong, Naruto, stronger than me, but you're reckless. Naruto grinned. You're not so bad yourself, team. Sakura rolled her eyes but smiled. You two are impossible. Sasuke's voice softened. I was jealous, still am, but I trust you. Naruto looked at him surprised. Really? Sasuke nodded. We're rivals, but we're also friends. Naruto felt a weight lift from his shoulders. Thanks, Sasuke. Sakura hugged them both. Team 7 forever. Kakashi appeared, eye crinkling. Nice work, team. You reminded the village what real shinobi look like. The next day, the council met again. This time, the mood was different. The villagers spoke up, defending Naruto, praising Team 7. Danzo scowled, but the Hokage smiled. You've proven yourselves. Naruto stood with his friends, pride swelling in his chest. That night, Team 7 gathered at Ikaraku Ramen, laughing and sharing stories. The bond between them was stronger than ever. As the stars came out, Naruto looked at his friends, feeling ready for whatever came next. They were united, and nothing could break them. Chapter 16, Kurama's Challenge. Naruto's dreams had always been wild, but tonight they were a storm. He found himself standing in a vast, swirling void, the ground beneath his feet shifting between red and blue energy. Lightning crackled overhead, thunder booming in the distance. Kurama's massive form loomed before him, eyes burning with challenge. You've grown arrogant, brat. You think you can control us, prove it. Naruto squared his shoulders, heart pounding. I'm not afraid of you, Kurama. A deep, ancient rumble echoed through the void. The dragon's spirit emerged, scales shimmering, eyes cold and proud. The fox is right, you are not ready, but you will be tested. The air thickened, the mindscape warping into a battlefield. Kurama's tails lashed, sending waves of red chakra crashing toward Naruto. The dragon's spirit unleashed a torrent of blue lightning, the two forces colliding in a blinding flash. Naruto was caught in the middle, buffeted by power. He struggled to stand, every muscle screaming. Kurama's voice thundered. You rely on us for strength, but you fear what you might become. The dragon spirit's voice was silk and steel. You crave acceptance, yet you hide your true self. Naruto gritted his teeth, fighting to stay upright. I'm not hiding, I don't want to hurt anyone. Kurama lunged, jaws snapping. Naruto dodged, but the fox's chakra burned, searing old wounds. Memories surfaced, lonely nights in the orphanage, villagers, cold stares, whispered rumors. Naruto saw himself as a child, sitting alone on a swing, longing for someone to notice him. The dragon's spirit circled, lightning crackling. You are afraid of being alone, afraid of your own power. Naruto's fists clenched. I'm not that kid anymore. I have friends, I have a team. Kurama's tails slammed down, shaking the ground. But will they stay if you lose control, if you become a monster? Naruto faltered, doubt gnawing at him. He saw flashes of his friends, Sakura's worried eyes, Sasuke's guarded respect, Kakashi's quiet support. He saw fear in their faces, imagined them turning away. The dragon spirit pressed closer. You could be a god, Naruto, accept my power, rule your destiny. Kurama snarled, or you could be a weapon, used and discarded. Naruto shouted, voice raw, I don't want to be a god or a weapon, I just want to be me. The battlefield erupted. Kurama and the dragon spirit clashed, their power tearing the Mindscape apart. Naruto was tossed between them, battered by their strength. He fell to his knees, gasping, stop please. A memory surfaced, Uruka's smile, the warmth of Team 7, the feeling of belonging. Naruto clung to it, using it as an anchor. Kurama's eyes narrowed, you're weak. The dragon spirit sneered, you hesitate. Naruto forced himself to stand, shaking. I'm not weak, I'm not alone, I won't let you control me. He faced Kurama, you're part of me but you don't own me. He turned to the dragon spirit, your power is mine to use, not the other way around. The two spirits surged, testing his resolve. Naruto stood firm, refusing to back down. Pain lanced through him, but he gritted his teeth, pushing back with his own will. I won't give in, he said, voice steady. I'll find a way to make this work for all of us. The storm began to calm. Kurama and the dragon spirit circled, wary but no longer attacking. Naruto stood in the center, battered but unbroken. The dragon spirit's eyes glinted. You are stronger than I thought. Kurama grumbled, but there was a hint of respect in his gaze. You're stubborn, brat, maybe that's enough. Naruto felt a surge of hope. He was on the brink of something new, a breakthrough. He woke with a start, sweat soaking his sheets, heart racing. But for the first time, he felt like he was winning. Tomorrow he would try again. He was close, so close to mastering the storm within. Chapter 17, The Hybrid Beast King. Naruto stood once more in the swirling mindscape, the storm of red and blue energy raging around him. Kurama and the dragon spirit circled, wary and proud, their power crackling in the air. He took a deep breath, steadying himself. Enough, this fighting is getting us nowhere, we're stronger together. Kurama's eyes narrowed, you want me to work with that lizard? The dragon spirit's tail lashed, I do not serve the fox. Naruto stepped between them, voice firm, you don't have to serve each other, but you both live in me, if you want to survive you have to trust me and each other. The spirits glared, but Naruto didn't back down. I'm not asking, I'm telling you, I can't do this alone and neither can you. Kurama growled, but there was a grudging respect in his gaze. You're stubborn, brat. The dragon spirit's eyes glinted. Perhaps you are worthy after all. Naruto reached out, placing a hand on each of them. Let's try this together. The energy in the mindscape shifted. Red and blue swirled, merging into a brilliant violet. The storm calmed, replaced by a sense of unity. Kurama and the dragon spirit looked at each other, then at Naruto. Very well, Kurama rumbled, but you're the anchor. The dragon spirit nodded. We lend you our power, use it wisely. Naruto felt their energy flow into him, fusing with his own will. The sensation was overwhelming, a surge of strength, clarity, and purpose. He roared, the sound echoing through the mindscape. Scales and fur merged, chakra and dragon fire entwined. He felt himself change, becoming something new. The Hybrid Beast King. He saw flashes of new abilities, Kiryu form, where fox and dragon fused into a single, majestic beast. Spiraling hell flame, a Rasengan wreathed in blue fire. Hydra combat, shadow clones sprouting dragon heads fighting as one. The power was intoxicating, but Naruto held tight to his sense of self. I'm still me, he whispered, just more. The mindscape faded and Naruto woke with a gasp. Sunlight streamed through his window. He sat up, heart pounding, feeling different, stronger, but also humbled. He flexed his hands, watching blue scales ripple across his skin, then fade. He closed his eyes, reaching for the new power inside him. It answered, wild but obedient. Naruto slipped out early, heading to the training ground. He tested his new abilities in secret, summoning the Kiryu form, channeling spiraling hell flame, creating Hydra clones. Each technique felt natural, as if he'd always known how. He laughed, exhilarated. This is awesome. But he didn't let it go to his head. He remembered the struggle, the pain, the cost of power without control. Later, he found Team 7 waiting for him. Sakura's eyes widened. "Naruto, you look different." Sasuke smirked, finally figured it out, huh? Naruto grinned, showing off a burst of blue fire and a flicker of scales. "You could say that." He demonstrated his new techniques, moving with a confidence he'd never felt before. Sakura and Sasuke watched, awed and supportive. Kakashi appeared, eye crinkling. "Impressive, Naruto, you've come a long way." Naruto felt a surge of pride but also humility. "I couldn't have done it without you guys." Sakura hugged him, tears in her eyes. "We're so proud of you." Sasuke clapped him on the back. "Don't get cocky, Dobi." Naruto laughed, feeling lighter than ever. That night, he sat atop the Hokage monument, looking out over the village. The world was still dangerous, the challenges ahead daunting. But he was ready. He was the hybrid beast king, and nothing could stop him now. Chapter 18, Newfound Power. Naruto woke up feeling like a new person. The storm inside him had calmed, replaced by a steady, powerful current. He stretched, feeling the energy ripple through his body, scales and chakra, fire and fox, all in harmony. He hit the training ground before sunrise, eager to test his new abilities. He shifted into Kyoryu form, scales and fur blending, tails and wings unfurling. He summoned Spiraling Hell Flame, the Rasengan blazing with blue fire. He split into Hydra clones, each one moving with perfect coordination. Jiraiya arrived, whistling. "You're up early, kids, show me what you've got." Naruto grinned, launching into a flurry of attacks. Jiraiya dodged, countered, and offered advice. "Focus your chakra here, don't let the dragon's power overwhelm the fox." Kakashi joined in, eye crinkling. "Impressive, Naruto, but can you do it under pressure?" They set up obstacle courses, surprise attacks, and sparring matches. Naruto pushed himself, learning to switch forms on the fly, to blend fire and chakra, to fight as one. Kurama's voice was calm, almost encouraging. "Good, now try channeling my chakra with the dragon's flame." The dragon spirit added balance, "Child, let the storm flow, not rage." Naruto listened, adjusting, refining. The two spirits no longer fought, they guided, their voices blending with his own. After days of training, the Hokage called for a test mission. Bandits had attacked a supply convoy near the village border. Team 7 was dispatched, Naruto in the lead. They moved fast, tracking the bandits to a forest clearing. The enemy was waiting, dozens of armed men, confident and cruel. Naruto stepped forward, power swirling around him. "You picked the wrong village." The bandits charged. Naruto shifted into Kyoryu form, blue fire blazing. He moved like lightning, tails sweeping enemies aside, claws flashing. He unleashed Spiraling Hell Flame, scattering the bandits. Sasuke and Sakura fought at his side, covering his flanks. Kakashi watched, ready to step in, but Naruto didn't need help. The battle was over in minutes. The bandits fled, terrified. The villagers who'd been rescued stared at Naruto, awe and gratitude in their eyes. "He's amazing," one whispered. Back in Konoha, word spread quickly. The dragon child had saved the day again. But this time, the whispers were different. People smiled, waved, even thanked him. Naruto felt the change. The fear was fading, replaced by respect. Team 7 celebrated at Ikaraku Ramen. Sakura hugged Naruto, tears in her eyes. "You did it, you really did it." Sasuke smirked. "Don't let it go to your head, Dobi." Kakashi ruffled Naruto's hair. "You've come a long way." Jiraiya raised a toast, "To Naruto, the hybrid beast king." Naruto laughed, feeling lighter than ever. That night, he sat atop the Hokage monument, looking out over the village. The world was still dangerous, but he wasn't afraid. Kurama's voice was warm. "You've earned this, brat." The dragon spirit rumbled. "You are worthy." Naruto smiled, peace settling in his heart. He was ready for whatever came next. He was Naruto Uzumaki, the hybrid beast king. And he was finally at peace with himself. Chapter 19, The Final Threat. The sky over Konoha was black with storm clouds and the scent of war. Akatsuki banners fluttered on the horizon, their red clouds a warning to all. At their head stood Madara Uchiha, eyes burning with ambition, and beside him the shadowy forms of the Akatsuki, Kisame, Deidara, Itachi, and more. Some whispered that Kaguya herself had returned, her presence a chill in the air. The world was on the brink. Villages that had once been enemies now stood side by side. Sand, mist, stone, cloud, and leaf, united or doomed. Naruto stood at the front, the hybrid beast king, blue fire swirling around him, tails and wings unfurled. Team 7 flanked him, faces set with determination. The first wave hit like a tidal surge. Akatsuki unleashed their power, explosions, genjutsu, monstrous summons. Allied shinobi countered, jutsu lighting up the battlefield. Naruto moved like a force of nature. He shifted between forms, blue scales and fur, fire and chakra. He unleashed spiraling hell flame, hydra clones, and Kuraryu form, tearing through enemy lines. Sasuke fought at his side, sharing and blazing, lightning crackling from his blade. Sakura healed the wounded, her fists shattering the ground. Kakashi led squads, his own sharing and flashing. Gaara summoned sandstorms, Temari's winds howled, Killer Bee rapped and rampaged, the Raikage smashed through Akatsuki lines. But Madara was relentless. He summoned meteors, unleashed Susanoo, and bent the battlefield to his will. Naruto met him head-on, their powers colliding in a storm of energy. Madara's eyes glowed, his voice cold. "You're strong, boy, but not enough." Naruto grinned, battered but unbroken. "I'm not alone." The battle raged. Kaguya appeared, her presence warping reality. Space twisted, gravity shifted. Naruto and his allies fought through dimensions, never giving up. Team 7 had their moments, Sasuke saving Naruto from a killing blow, Sakura breaking through Kaguya's defenses, Kakashi guiding them with calm precision. The world watched, every village holding its breath. The fate of the shinobi system hung in the balance. Naruto dug deep, drawing on Kurama and the dragon's spirit, blending their power with his own. He unleashed Dragon Thunder Bwa, melting meteors midair, shattering Madara's Susanoo. Madara staggered but refused to fall. "You can't win, the world will never accept you." Naruto's eyes blazed. "I don't need the world's acceptance. I have my friends, my family, my will." He struck, the force of his conviction breaking through Madara's defenses. The battlefield shook, light exploding across the sky. When the dust settled, Naruto stood battered but unbroken. Madara was defeated, Kaguya banished, the Akatsuki scattered. The allied shinobi cheered, relief and awe in their eyes. Naruto looked around, heart pounding. He saw Team 7, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi smiling proud. He knew the fight wasn't over. There would be more battles, more challenges. But for now, he was ready for the final push. He was Naruto Uzumaki, the hybrid beast king. And the world would never be the same. Chapter 20, Dragon Thunder Bwa. The battlefield was chaos, craters, fire, and the roar of jutsu echoing for miles. The last stand had begun. Madara, battered but unyielding, summoned meteors from the sky, each one a harbinger of destruction. Kaguya floated above the carnage, her presence warping reality, her eyes cold and ancient. Naruto stood at the center, battered but unbroken, Team 7 and the allied shinobi at his back. He felt the weight of the world on his shoulders, but also the strength of every friend, every promise, every lesson. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. "Now, brats, show them what we can do." The dragon spirit whispered, "Unleash the storm." Naruto closed his eyes, drawing in sage energy, Kurama's chakra, and the dragon's power. The three forces swirled, merging into something new, something legendary. He opened his eyes, now glowing with a stormy blue light. Dragon Thunder Bwa. He leapt skyward, blue fire and lightning crackling around him. As the first meteor fell, Naruto met it head-on, his fist wreathed in spiraling blue flame. The impact melted the rock, vaporizing it in a flash of light. The enemy lines faltered. Naruto dove, tearing through Akatsuki and Zetsu with a combination of Sage Mode speed, Kurama's chakra cloak, and dragon fire. He weaved between attacks, his movements a blur, his power overwhelming. Kaguya descended, reality bending. She unleashed a wave of gravity, trying to crush Naruto. He countered, wings unfurling, tails lashing, blue fire burning through the distortion. Sasuke joined him, lightning dancing from his blade. Sakura shattered the ground, breaking Kaguya's hold on the earth. Kakashi coordinated the allied forces, rallying them with calm precision. Naruto faced Kaguya in a surreal, high-stakes battle, dimensions shifting, time warping, the world itself at risk. He fought with everything he had, blending all his powers in creative ways. Sage Mode for perception, Kurama's cloak for defense, dragon fire for offense. Kaguya unleashed her final attack, a sphere of pure destruction. Naruto met it with Dragon Thunder Bwa, the two forces colliding in a storm of light and sound. The allied shinobi rallied, inspired by Naruto's courage. Gaara's sand shielded the wounded, Killer Bee unleashed a barrage of rhymes and chakra, the Raikage smashed through enemy lines. Together they pushed back the darkness. Naruto's determination never wavered. He called out to his friends, his voice carrying across the battlefield. We do this together for everyone we love. The final enemy fell, defeated not by one hero, but by the unity and will of many. As the dust settled, the world was forever changed. The old grudges faded, replaced by respect and hope. Naruto stood at the center, exhausted but triumphant. The allied shinobi cheered, their voices rising in celebration. Kaguya was gone, Madara defeated, the Akatsuki scattered. Peace was finally within reach. Naruto looked at his friends, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, and smiled. He had led them through the storm. Now the sun was rising on a new era. Chapter 21, Peace and Legacy. The war was over. The world, once fractured by old grudges and ancient fears, began to heal. Villages that had once been enemies now worked side by side, rebuilding homes, bridges, and trust. The scars of battle faded, replaced by hope. Naruto walked through the streets of Konoha, greeted by smiles and cheers. Children ran up to him, eyes wide with awe. "It's the Dragon King," they shouted, tugging at his cloak. He knelt, ruffling their hair. "Just Naruto is fine." Merchants offered him free ramen, villagers pressed gifts into his hands. Everywhere he went, people thanked him, not just for saving the village, but for showing them a new way forward. The other Kage visited, each one offering respect. Gaara clasped Naruto's hand. "You changed everything, we owe you." Naruto grinned. "We did it together." The days passed in a blur of celebrations and ceremonies. Statues were raised, songs were sung, and stories of the hybrid beast king spread across the land. But Naruto never let it go to his head. He spent time with the wounded, helped rebuild homes, and listened to the stories of those who had lost the most. One evening, as the sun set, Team 7 gathered on the roof of the Hokage's office. Sakura leaned against the railing, watching the village lights flicker on. "We made it," she whispered. Sasuke nodded, arms crossed but eyes soft. "Didn't think we'd get this far." Kakashi smiled, his mask crinkling. "You three did more than anyone could have hoped." Naruto looked at his friends, heart full. "I couldn't have done it without you." They sat in comfortable silence, the weight of the past years settling around them. Naruto thought back, lonely days on the swing, the pain of being an outcast, the thrill of his first mission, the terror of losing control. He remembered every lesson, every friend, every battle. He remembered Uruka's kindness, Jiraiya's wisdom, Kakashi's quiet support. He remembered the laughter, the tears, the moments of doubt, and the bursts of courage. He remembered the promise he made to never give up, to protect his friends, to become Hokage. The next morning, the village gathered in the square. The Hokage stood before the crowd, voice ringing out. "Today we honor a hero, Naruto Uzumaki. Will you accept the title of Hokage?" Naruto stepped forward, heart pounding. He looked at his friends, his teachers, the villagers who had once feared him. He smiled. "I accept." The crowd erupted in cheers. Sakura hugged him, tears streaming down her face. Sasuke clapped him on the back, a rare smile breaking through. Kakashi handed him the Hokage's hat. "You earned this." Naruto put it on, feeling the weight of responsibility and the warmth of acceptance. He stood atop the Hokage monument, the village spread out below. The wind tugged at his cloak, the sun rising on a new era. Kurama's voice was soft. "You did it, brat." The dragon spirit rumbled. "You are worthy." Naruto closed his eyes, letting the moment sink in. He thought of the future, of peace, of new challenges, of the next generation. He was ready. He was Naruto Uzumaki, Hokage, hybrid beast king, and symbol of hope. And whatever came next, he would face it with courage, with friends by his side, and with a heart full of dreams. The story closed on a hopeful note, the world forever changed by one stubborn, kind-hearted ninja who refused to give up.